this is something I found out that makes me really, really angry. It makes my blood boil. And it's a little thing called the Treaty of Lisbon. Now, apparently, on the 13th of December 2007, David Miliband and Gordon Brown signed away all of our rights in Europe. But this signing wasn't due to take effect immediately. In a very sneaky way, this signing takes effect on the 1st of November 2014, yes, in less than 5 months' time. Now, what does this mean? Well, to start with, it's given away our veto right. At the moment, we can turn around and say no to any proposal by the European Commission. After the Treaty of Lisbon, not only does a blocking veto need 4 countries to vote on it, but also it's not binding. All it does is cause the Council to discuss the issue, and since they originally proposed the issue, guess what the results of that discussion are going to be. Now, as well as this, what the Lisbon Treaty does is it introduces a new withdrawal procedure. This makes it far, far more difficult for countries to withdraw from the EU. If we wanted to withdraw from the EU right now, all we would have to do is wave goodbye and walk out of the door. After the 1st of November, there needs to be a negotiated settlement, which may include such things as fines, it may include trade agreements, it may include agreements not to do certain things after we've left, it may include agreement that we have to do certain things after we've left. Now you imagine if the EU turned around and says, well, you can leave, but if you leave, then all of the banks in Canary Wharf, they have to move their headquarters to Berlin. Are we still going to leave? Because that is a large chunk of our GDP. In fact, it's probably the biggest chunk of our GDP, apart from prostitution and cocaine, which they've just added into the mix. So, there's also another little stumbling block. We would need 19 out of the 28 countries to agree to those terms and conditions for our leaving. We can no longer just say goodbye. We actually have to have a 65% majority by country vote in the EU agreeing for us to leave. They can keep us in if they want to. If we only get 18 votes, sorry, it doesn't matter, you've got to stay in. Imagine that. So, it's no wonder, is it, that the government don't want a referendum now. They don't want us to make the decision to leave now when it's easy for us to leave. They want us to make the decision to leave when it would be practically impossible for us to leave, which will be in 20 weeks' time. 20 weeks from the date of this video, November the 1st, the UK will find it almost impossible to leave the EU. Now, it will no longer be the British people's decision. It will be the decision of Europe as to whether they want us or not, if we want to leave. And if they do want us, hard luck, we've got to stay. And if they don't want us, they can impose such horrible conditions that Britain is going to fail as a country, which is exactly what a lot of the European nations wish to see. Now, I'm also wondering why UKIP has not raised this, why there is no real public awareness of the Treaty of Lisbon and its effects. That is a question I think that needs to be asked. But if we want to leave Europe, we need to get a referendum in well before November the 1st. We need to get it in September, really, to stand a chance of leaving. So I'm going to urge you all to spread this video as far as you can. If you live in the UK, or if you have friends in the UK, please make sure you share this video with them. Please make sure that this video gets wide exposure, because this is a big stumbling block to Britain leaving the EU, and we have to leave the EU and get rid of the £55 million a day, otherwise known as £2.7 million per hour membership fee, plus all the other costs on top of it, which I've talked about before in my previous EU video. So thanks very much. Please like and share and do all those good things, and I hope I'll see you again with some better news. Thanks very much. Bye.